Welcome back for the third and final part of the 10 best Knicks Free Agent Signings. We're going to start right where we left off with Julius Randle coming in at number 3. Before anyone was even talking about Jalen Brunson, Randle was widely seen as the Knicks' best free agent acquisition in years. Coming from Dallas and making pit stops in LA and New Orleans, while Randle had the raw skill, consistency was his Achilles heel. Still, the Knicks took a calculated gamble on him in 2019, and boy, did it pay off. Sure, Randle wasn't an instant all-star in New York, but the transformation didn't take long. By his first season, he stepped up as the de facto leader of this Knicks squad. And this guy isn't just a one-trick pony. He's strong in the paint, but he's also improved his perimeter game, making him a real Swiss Army knife for the team. His numbers across scoring, rebounding, and assists have shot up, making him an undeniable asset on both ends of the floor. So what made this shift happen? First off, he no longer had to play second fiddle to other stars. In New York, Randle had the chance and the pressure to shine, and he's risen to the occasion. With his blend of inside dominance and an evolving three-point game, he's turned into a matchup problem for pretty much anyone on the other side. The 2020 to 2021 season was a breakout year for Julius Randle, as he got his first NBA All-Star nod and bagged the Most Improved Player award. This wasn't just a personal victory. Randle was the driving force behind the Knicks' return to the playoffs after a nearly decade-long drought. And let's not overlook his role in establishing the Knicks as a defensively sound unit. Work ethic is one of Randle's standout qualities. The guy is a gym rat, always looking to refine his skills and stay in top shape. It's infectious. That level of dedication doesn't just raise his game. It lifts the entire team and sets the tone for the kind of gritty, win-focused culture that's been taking root in New York. Now let's talk about the 2022 season. After what could only be termed a slump in the prior year, Randle came roaring back, this time with Jalen Brunson by his side. Averaging a double-double with 25.1 points and 10 rebounds, he showed that he's not just a flash in the pan. He also earned All-Star honors and made his second All-NBA team, a Knicks achievement that we haven't seen in ages. Off the hardwood, Randle is just as impactful. The man is a committed community leader involved in various charity efforts. He's a role model, which makes him even more of a treasure for Knicks fans and the New York community as a whole. So, what's the Randle era telling us about the Knicks? It's simple. Julius Randle is the best thing to happen to the franchise this decade. He's not just a player, he's a beacon of hope and the embodiment of the Knicks' resurgence. His mix of leadership, relentless work ethic, and versatile skill set makes him one for the history books. No doubt, his impact will be a talking point for Knicks fans for many years to come. Number 2, Allan Houston. This guy is the stuff of legend for Knicks fans and for a good reason. For years, he was the gold standard when it came to Knicks free agent acquisitions. Born in Louisville, Kentucky, Houston carved out an enduring legacy in the Big Apple, both as a player and as a community figure. When he touched down in New York in 1996 via a sign-and-trade with the Detroit Pistons, you could feel the shift in the Knicks atmosphere. The guy was an instant scoring machine and became a cornerstone for the franchise. In other words, Houston didn't just come to play, he came to define an era. In a time when the three-pointer wasn't the be-all, end-all, Houston's outside shooting was a game-changer. He created space for Patrick Ewing to operate in the post like nobody's business. Keep in mind that Houston maintained a three-point percentage north of 38% throughout his Knicks stint, a stat line that would still turn heads today. But what really set Houston apart was his scoring versatility. His shot-making was akin to an art form. He could drain threes, nail mid-range jumpers, and he was Mr. Clutch when the game was on the line. Oh, and let's not forget his high-arcing floater, a thing of beauty that became synonymous with his name among Knicks fans. Houston's journey with the Knicks reached a fever pitch during the 1999 NBA Finals run. Seeded 8th, the Knicks became giant slayers, toppling the heavyweights of the East, and Houston was right there at the heart of it. Remember Game 5 against Miami? Houston nailed a heart-stopping last-second shot that seemed to hesitate on the rim before dropping in. Sure, that bucket won New York the game, but more importantly, it sealed Allan's status as a clutch player in Knicks lore. But Houston was more than just late-game heroics and scoring outbursts. He was a locker room leader, a true pro's pro. His dedication to the game set the bar for the rest of the squad. fostering a culture where accountability wasn't just encouraged, it was expected. Beyond the hardwood, Houston's impact was felt in the community. He founded the Allan Houston Legacy Foundation, zeroing in on youth education and mentorship. Now, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. Houston's later years were marred by injuries, and let's not forget that eye-watering contract, often compared to the Timothy Mozgov deal of 2016. But despite the setbacks and the injuries, his charm never faded. He hung up his boots in 2005, but his impact is far from forgotten. Allan Houston was the full package, a clutch shooter, an all-star, and a cherished figure who left an indelible mark on Knicks history. All in all, Houston's time with the New York Knicks represents an era of exciting basketball and memorable moments for fans. His scoring ability, professionalism, and commitment to the community have left a legacy that continues to be celebrated in the world of basketball. Number 1. Jalen Brunson. It's only been 1 year since this guy got signed by the Knicks, but the naysayers are already eating their words. You see, when the Knicks inked a deal with Jalen Brunson, they weren't just banking on his previous playoff heroics. They were investing in a young guard whose basketball smarts and poise were evident every time he touched the rock. Hailing from New Jersey, coming to the Knicks was sort of a homecoming for Brunson. The city, the fans, they all seemed to click with him, and he clicked right back. Fast forward to today, and it's becoming crystal clear that the Knicks might have pulled off the steal of that free agency. What makes Brunson stand out? It's the way he seems to see the game 2 moves ahead. His knack for finding the open man, creating opportunities, and his calm demeanor even in the heat of the game. And boy, did he take the lead. The numbers don't lie. A whopping 24 points per game during the regular season and an even more elevated performance in the playoffs. Those aren't just star numbers, those are leader numbers. When the spotlight was brightest against the Cavs and Heat, Brunson dazzled even more, proving his mettle and justifying every penny of his contract. Brunson has filled a gap for the Knicks, bringing that much-needed consistency and command to the point guard position, a revolving door for New York in previous seasons. His ability to shoot efficiently, distribute the ball, create scoring opportunities for his teammates, and manage the game's tempo have all been valuable assets for the Knicks offense. And let's talk about the clutch gene. Everyone knows that playing in New York isn't for the faint of heart. The spotlight's bright, and the expectations are through the roof. And Brunson has that rare ability to thrive in high-pressure situations, a trait that's made him an instant fan favorite in the Big Apple. Brunson's arrival in New York has been nothing short of transformative for the Knicks. While other big market moves in the NBA might steal headlines, few have had the immediate and tangible impact that Brunson's had on his team. Look, big claims need big proof, and Brunson's ability to fill the shoes of sideline vets like Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, and Alec Burks is pretty compelling evidence. This isn't just a good story. It's akin to a landmark moment in the team's recent history. Think Kitty Hawk levels of significance if you're into history, or Baloo if you're more of a pop culture fan. It's not just about the individual performance, though. Brunson's emergence has come in a season where the Knicks are one of only 3 teams to register more wins than the previous year. Sacramento and Oklahoma City took their routes to improvement, but the Knicks did it with a roster that, for the most part, didn't see a massive overhaul. That's right, same players, new results. And that kind of turnaround doesn't happen without someone stepping up in a big way. Enter Brunson. The question now isn't just what Brunson has done, but what he could do moving forward. The Knicks have long been in search of that elusive piece to bring them back to championship contention. With Brunson's level of play, especially in clutch situations, you've got to think, could he be that guy? Because usually when a player takes on more of the scoring load, his efficiency dips. It's like a basketball version of the law of diminishing returns. But Brunson's flipped the script. He's not just maintaining his shooting percentages. He's actually getting better, despite taking on more offensive responsibility. Scoring 24 points per game on high shooting percentages? That's not a fluke. That's a headline. And let's not gloss over his playmaking. High assists and low turnovers mean he's not just a scorer, but also a floor general. Looking ahead to the 2024 to 2025 season, Brunson's got a chance to go from great to legendary. Sure, expecting him to maintain or even increase his performance might sound like a tall order, but let's not forget, this isn't unprecedented for the Knicks. Just rewind 4 years, and you'll find another free agent signing that had a similar trajectory. So, while it's tempting to manage expectations, we might just be setting the stage for Brunson to outdo himself yet again. So, Knicks fans, fasten your seatbelts. If Brunson continues on this path, we might just be on the cusp of a new golden era for New York basketball. His story so far suggests we're in for something special, and you won't want to miss what comes next. So, that's it for the 10 best Knicks free agent signings. Which signing was your favorite? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment in the comments section below to give us your thoughts. Click that notification bell to be alerted for more content like this as well. But that's all for today. See ya!